Good evening,
Evening, ma'am.
students.
Good evening,
Good evening.
ma'am.
Good evening. So, till now we have done the structure of the female reproductive system, and today we are going to see how the female gamete is being produced in the female sex organ, that is ovary. So, in ovary, the female gamete is produced, and production, the formation of gamete is called gametogenesis, and formation of female gamete, that is ovum inside the ovary, is called oogenesis. So our today's topic is oogenesis. Now, oogenesis is the process of formation of a mature female gamete. Now you will find we have done spermatogenesis, and you are going to find lot many differences between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Oogenesis is very different from spermatogenesis. So take note of it. This the process of formation of a mature female gamete is called oogenesis. Now, the one major difference is oogenesis is initiated during the embryonic development stage. That means the development or formation of this female gamete starts before the birth of girl child, during embryonic development only. So, in fetus ovary, if it is a girl, the girl fetus ovary will be having couple of million gamete mother cells at the time of fetus development before birth. So a couple of million gamete mother cells, which are called oogonia, they are formed within each fetal ovary. Fetal ovary means the ovary of the fetus. So fetus is having a pair of ovaries, and in each fetus ovary, couple of million gamete mother cells. These are called oogonia. They are formed. Now, after this stage, no more oogonia are formed and added. That means no more oogonia are formed after the birth of the girl child. The girl child in its fetal stage is having million of gamete mother cells, oogonia, in her ovaries, and there are no more oogonia which are going to form after her birth. Please make it very clear. Now, oogonia will start meiosis cell division and get temporarily arrested after prophase 1 of meiosis. Now, if you remember the stages, different phases of meiosis cell division, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiosis 1, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Remember? So, this prophase 1, when the oogonia enters into prophase 1, a pause is there. When we press pause and it stops, no? So similarly, a pause button is pressed at prophase 1 stage of meiosis, and this stage is temporarily arrested. So oogonia starts its meiosis cell division, but it does not complete it. It only enters into the prophase 1 of meiosis, and this stage is called primary oocyte. This stage is called primary oocyte. Now, each primary oocyte gets surrounded by a layer of granulosa cells, and this is called primary follicle. Now, this primary oocyte is arrested at the stage of prophase 1. And this gets surrounded by a layer of granulosa cells, and then this structure is primary oocyte structure. This is called primary follicle. And this primary follicle will, these numbers of primary follicles will get degenerated from birth to puberty. This all is happening before birth. From birth to puberty, many of primary follicles will get degenerated. And at puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. So from couple of millions of oogonia, now at the age of puberty, when the girl attains puberty, the number of primary follicles in each ovary are 60,000 to 80,000. Now this primary follicle will further get surrounded by many more layers of granulosa cells. And a new theca. Theca is what? Theca is external case. So externally they get covered by a fold of skin, external case. So many more layers of granulosa cells will come around the primary follicle and a new theca. And then the primary follicle will get converted. Now it is called secondary follicle. Now what is the secondary follicle? Soon transformed into a tertiary follicle. So from primary to secondary, secondary to tertiary. Now tertiary follicle has one characteristic, that is it is having a fluid filled cavity in it. And this fluid filled cavity is called antrum. So antrum is the characteristic of tertiary follicle, which is not found in secondary follicle. When secondary follicle is transformed into tertiary follicle, there is a fluid filled cavity which comes into it, and this cavity is called antrum, which is a characteristic of tertiary follicle. The theca layer organized. Theca layer, as I told you, is the upper case sheet, and this theca layer organized into inner theca, which is called interna, and an outer theca, which is called externa. So inner theca and outer theca. The primary oocyte grows. And now where is this primary oocyte? It is present inside the follicle. From primary to secondary, secondary to tertiary. The primary oocyte is still there in the tertiary follicle. Now this oocyte grows in size and it completes its first meiotic cell division. First meiosis is completed in tertiary follicle, and this will result in a large secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. So after meiosis 1, what we are getting is primary oocyte is undergoing meiosis 1, and after meiosis 1, the primary oocyte is converted into secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. The secondary oocyte is retaining the bulk of nutrient-rich cytoplasm of primary oocyte. That means the size of the secondary oocyte is much bigger than the size of the polar body, because polar body is tiny structure. The first polar body is a tiny structure. So most of the nutrient-rich cytoplasm of primary oocyte is retained by the secondary oocyte. Now the tertiary follicle further changes into mature follicle. Now tertiary follicle will again transform into mature follicle, which is called Graafian follicle. So primary to secondary, secondary to tertiary, and tertiary to Graafian follicle. Primary oocyte is present in primary, then secondary, and in tertiary it completes its meiosis first and converted into secondary oocyte. Now the secondary oocyte forms a new membrane around itself, which is called zona pellucida. Zona pellucida. Now at this stage, the Graafian follicle ruptures. This all is under the control of hormones. We are going to study about the hormone regulation also. So this Graafian follicle, this ruptures at this stage when there is secondary oocyte, ovum inside it, it ruptures and release the secondary oocyte from the ovary. And this release of ovum from the ovary is called ovulation. This is called ovulation. Now just look at this flow chart. This will make the things more clear. Fetal ovary, that is the ovary of the fetus of the girl child. Now at this stage only, in mother's womb only the girl child ovaries are having 2 million gamete mother cells. These are called oogonia. And further, there is no addition in these cells. So the cells are present prenatal stage, before birth. Now these cells, they will undergo first meiosis division, and in this first meiosis division only prophase 1 has reached. After prophase 1 there is a pause and the stage is arrested there, and that is called primary oocyte. So primary oocyte after prophase 1 of meiosis cell division. Then it will go and form secondary oocyte and first polar body. This is after meiosis 1. And ovum and second polar body after meiosis 2. So after the completion of meiosis, you are having secondary oocyte and 3 polar bodies.
Yes, ma'am.
This is primary oocyte. This is primary oocyte. It has undergone the prophase 1, and after prophase 1, this stage is arrested. Clear? When it will complete the meiosis 1, the result would be 1 secondary oocyte and 1 polar body. This is polar body and 1 secondary oocyte. Now, this after meiosis 2, the secondary oocyte will form, this is the mature egg cell, that is ovum, and polar body. Second polar body, and this polar body after meiosis 2 will give 2 more polar bodies. It is not clear what happens to these polar bodies, but it has been believed and it has been proved at various levels that these polar bodies get degenerated, dissolved in the ovary itself, and this ovum is released from the ovary.
Yes, ma'am.
This is again the oogonia. Oogonia will undergo the first prophase, it will get arrested, and this stage is called primary oocyte. Now, these are the granulosa layers which I was talking about. Primary follicle will have few layers of granulosa cells around it. The secondary follicle will have more layers of granulosa, and here the theca will also come. The upper case will also come here. And this is the tertiary follicle. And can you see the difference between tertiary and secondary? Here you can find this cavity, fluid filled cavity. And this cavity is called antrum. This is the cavity. This is characteristic of tertiary follicle. Primary, secondary, tertiary. And ultimately it will be forming Graafian follicle. And the ovum is released from the by the rupture of this Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle will get ruptured and the ovum is released. And this process is called ovulation. And after the rupture, after the release of this ovum, the rest of the Graafian follicle will convert into corpus luteum. This we will study in our next class. So don't get confused. First, concentrate on the process of oogenesis only. So this is the primary oocyte. Primary oocyte, when it completes first meiosis cell division, then it forms secondary oocyte and a polar body. The secondary oocyte will further complete its meiosis 2 and form the ovum and the second polar body. And this polar body will again form two polar bodies. So after completion of meiosis 2, we are having 3 polar bodies and 1 secondary oocyte. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
This is primary follicle. Okay. Now what is present in primary follicle? Primary oocyte. Now this will get converted into, slowly and slowly there will be layers of granulosa cells around it. And this primary follicle will get converted into secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, and then this cavity will come. This is the characteristic of tertiary follicle. This cavity is called antrum. And then ultimately the Graafian follicle. Primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, Graafian follicle, and from Graafian follicle, after its rupture, the ovum is released from the ovary. This is the structure of ovary. So the ovum is released. This is secondary oocyte. And after the release of this secondary oocyte or ovum, this Graafian, the ruptured Graafian follicle layers will get converted into corpus luteum. Now this corpus luteum, there is a major role of corpus luteum in the process of reproductive system that we will discuss afterwards. So for the time being, you concentrate on this. This is the primordial germ cell. What is primordial germ cell? The germ cell which is the primitive germ cell with the primordial, the primary stage of this germ cell which is present in the fetal ovary. This will undergo the oogenesis. So this is having 2N. Primary oocyte is also having 2N. This primary oocyte is completing meiosis 1 cell division and forming secondary oocyte which is N in number and the first polar body which is N in number. The secondary oocyte will further divide. This is the meiosis 2, and after meiosis an ovum is formed and one more, the second polar body is formed. And this polar body will again, after meiosis 2, this will form 2 more polar bodies. So from one mother cell, you will be having 1 ovum and 3 polar bodies. after the completion of meiosis cell division, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. See this. This is ovary, this is ovary, and this is fallopian tube. These are fimbriae. These are the fimbriae, and after fimbriae, infundibulum. This. Now, what will happen inside the ovary? The developing follicles are there, primary oocyte present in primary follicle, secondary follicle. And the major difference between as the follicle matures, it is having more and more layers of granulosa layers. So when it is having more layers of granulosa and the theca, then it is called secondary follicle. And then when it is having a fluid filled cavity inside it, then it is called tertiary follicle. And a mature follicle is called Graafian follicle. And by the rupture of this Graafian follicle, this ovum is released. And this ovum then goes into the oviduct. This is the oviduct. Is it clear? And this division is same, what I have explained to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now here you can see the division, the difference between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. And this is one of the very, very important question which is being asked. Last 4-5 years or every year you will find one question from this. So please make it very clear the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. The spermatogonia will get converted into primary spermatocytes, and they are 2 in number. Similarly, oogonia will also get into primary oocyte, but this primary oocyte stage is what? First prophase. This is the multiplication phase. After that, first polar body and secondary oocyte is formed. Whereas in case of spermatogenesis, this primary oocytes will give secondary spermatocytes. Then secondary spermatocytes will give spermatids. So from one spermatogonia, 4 sperms are formed. Whereas in case of females, from one oogonia, only one ovum is formed. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is very important. And another important thing is that this sperms are formed, and these spermatogonia keep on giving sperms till very, very late stage in case of males. But in case of females, there are limited numbers of these primary oocytes, which are 60,000 to 80,000 at puberty. And the female can release the ovum only up to certain age, and that age is called menopause, when the release of ova stops and the menstruation cycle stops. We are going to study about all this. So that is another major difference. Clear? So let's again look at this flow chart. The fetal ovary, that is the ovary of the fetus. It is having couple of millions of gamete mother cells, which are called oogonia. And this oogonia will undergo the primary oocyte, will undergo the meiosis cell division, and meiosis cell division will get paused at prophase 1 stage, and that is called primary oocyte. Let me show you the NCERT. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
see. This here they have given the chromosome number. This is spermatogenesis. This is oogenesis. Now the major difference is that this here the spermatogonia, mitosis, they are forming primary spermatocytes. Then after first meiotic cell division, secondary spermatocyte. After second meiotic division, spermatids, and spermatids are forming sperms. Whereas in case of ladies, in case of girls, This oogonia is formed at fetal layer, fetal life, fetus stage, and till birth, this is the stage. Then childhood, puberty, only this primary oocyte is arrested. And this first meiosis cell division will get completed only after puberty, and it will form secondary oocyte. So this is after puberty. Secondary oocyte will give the ovum and the second polar body. This is adult reproductive life. And these are n in number, the secondary oocyte, the ovum, and primary oocyte is 2n in number, that is 46. So this was all about oogenesis, that is formation of female gamete in ovary. Slightly complicated, just go through it, and if there is any doubt, ask me tomorrow. Clear?